Well, my new differential fits in there nice and snug, just like the other one. It's got about the same bearing preload on it. I'm gonna take that back out. Yeah, I just wanted to see how it fit with the factory shims, and later when we put the pinion back in there, we'll do the same thing and see where our pattern is. I'd be really happy if it was spot on just as it is, but you know, that's going to be pretty unlikely that that's the case, but we'll find out later. Anyways, so this truck, as you know from the last video, we pulled that 8.8 from this one. Now, today, in this video, we're going to get this thing up on stands, pull this axle, and literally just transfer it right over. So that's what we're gonna do. And you know, I keep getting comments, you know, why are you doing, you know, putting 8.8 under there and stuff. I feel like I've already explained it a couple of times. For one, this all actually started from a brain fart. I was gonna take this whole truck, cannibalize it, and put everything into the 85 behind this one. So I had already ordered gears for it, and I have had this limited slip sitting around for an 8.8 with 410s. So then I had decided, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to cannibalize this truck. And so I ended up saying, shit-canning that idea. But then I was like, you know what? I want to build an 8.8. I've already ordered the gears. I've already got them, and I don't feel like shipping them back or returning them or whatever. So I was like, well, let's build an 8.8. But this truck needs 410s. So I was like, yeah, what if we just did an axle swap? I mean, there's a little bit nicer selection of things for the 8.8. Plus, you can get different diff covers, and it's easier to drain the oil out, and a little bit cheaper for parts. The 9-inch can get a little expensive, but they're both relatively spendy. But as far as strength goes, you know, the tubing, axle shafts, differential stuff, it's all roughly the same size, same strength. The only problem that we would run into this differential is under heavy off-road use. These tubes can break free from their plug welds and also stretch out the case here, and then your whole housing's ruined. So I have something I'm going to get later for this. I thought about doing a truss like on the top, but there's one that bolts right in the back here, and it kind of comes out, and I think you weld part of it onto the tube. So I was thinking about getting something like that. That would be, you know, pretty effective at strengthening this a little bit. You don't have to worry about that so much on the 9-inch. The 9-inch you can still kind of have to truss it if you're going to be really hard with it, but this one is definitely going to be more prone to having issues if it's not trussed, or if you're just being too hard on it. Otherwise, I'm pretty confident with running this axle. Like I said, these are under Broncos and, you know, extended cab long bed F-150s, and shoot, there's even some red-headed stepchild F-250s that have an 8.8 with an 8-lug axle on it. So I think Ford was probably just trying to test how strong this is. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I'm like maybe 5-10% of the year I might go off-road. Everything else that I do with this truck is on-road. Rain, sunshine, sleet, snow, ice, freezing rain, whatever. This will be on the road during that. Not so much off-road. I'd like to do more off-road, but I need to finish building that winch bumper, which I've got some more materials, and that'll need another day to work on that. But right now I want to get this differential stuff done with. But yeah, we need to get this truck up on jacks. I'm gonna get that done. I'll get the wheels off, and then I'll bring you on camera, and well, actually, you know, pretty much removing the differential from this one is the same process as that one. So what I'll do is, I think off camera, I'm gonna let you guys charge, and I'm gonna get this axle out of here, and I'm going to I'll bring you back. And we gotta put it under the truck there. All right, that's what we got so far. This, easy peasy. I reused the U-bolts on this one. I know you're supposed to get new ones, but I don't have new U-bolts. I'm just gonna put it back together. I've reused them. I have a rule of reusing them once. That's it. Those I'm gonna reuse one more time. Those are new when I put them on. I think we can get one more use out of them, and just to be safe, we'll replace them. So yeah, we got the 8.8 back in there. It's the 8.8. The 9-inch is in here now. I did not have any problems with the U-joints. They were both the same. Both these axles are 80s axles. The 8.8 that we just took out of here is, you know, an 85. That 9-inch is a 82. Now, if you remember, many years ago, when this bed trailer was once a extended cab pickup truck, basically the same truck as what we got with the 85. This is even the same year. The 9-inch that we put in here, by the way, this bed trailer is gonna be for sale. So that axle right there, it was from a 70s truck, and that was the truck that the truck that I got it from was parted out. I had the axles, they were already pulled out of that truck and on a forklift ready for me to pick them up, but it came with that front axle I put under this truck. And we had a problem with the yoke, or U-joint rather. So the yoke on the 78 was just a smidge too small. Let's see, was it small? I think it was small. And then when we went to put the 85 axle in, it was too big for it. I think that's how it went. Well, anyways, here's my drive shaft from that truck. I just washed my hands. And so we got 80. This is the same size U-joint that the 9-inch in that truck and my 4x4 truck has always had. It's never been changed out, and this fits just like it should. And so putting that 9-inch in there fit no problem. So I think it was a 70s versus 80s kind of U-joint issue. Part number on that U-joint. I want to order some new ones at some point. I did find out this, if you measure from the center line of the axle where from your springs mount onto to the center line of the yoke, puts it about 12 inches, and when I measured the 9-inch, that same dimension, we're about 11 inches. So this should actually push this drive shaft an inch more into my transfer case, which is good because this is how much is in the transmission already. You know, if we move a little bit further, we'll have a little bit more you know, depth in there. So, which is good. I want a little bit more purchase on the axle shaft in there, or the the output shaft of the transfer case. I always thought it was too far out, but you know, that's a good amount in there. It doesn't make any noise or anything, and it's in, you know, fair ways. I do notice that this is a little tight, a little sticky, and this is a little crusty, a little crunchy feeling. So, all right, got some wood in the back. One note I need to make: when you tighten up your U-bolts, you need to jack the axle up and get both sides compressed until the truck comes off the stands, and then you torque your leaf spring bolts, because what will happen is when your spring is arched, like that, and you tighten them down, you know, when you're tightening them down, it's also trying to flatten out the spring. So then when you jack it up or put it on the ground, your spring flattens out. It takes away the tension on the bolts, so then they loosen up. So you need to make sure once you get everything settled in, jack it up till the vehicle comes up off the ground or off the stands, and then tighten everything down, and then you should be good to go and you won't have any problems. The one thing I'll make note on this truck, I did cut the e-brake cables off. I did the same thing on this one. I'm just gonna get new ones. They're hoopa-jooped, these ones especially. I mean, neither truck had good e-brake cables, and I even put new ones in there and they failed after a couple years. So yeah, let's see if this truck will start, and we'll see if our brakes are good. I bled them out and they seem like they came back, but we have to, you know, run it and make sure it doesn't go all the way to the floor, else we're gonna have to start all over again. I think that's an alternator going out. We'll investigate that noise on the next junkyard bullnose truck shenanigans. Kind of feel the same. I was gonna do a brake flush on it anyways, but the brakes are working. It feels okay, nothing fell apart yet. Might need to flush the brakes up one more time. We'll go over to Napa and get some brake fluid. I think I'm gonna do that right now since I'm already in the truck out and about. The only thing I haven't done a final torque on is the U-bolt or the U-joint straps. Wow, 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 wow. This 9-inch needs fluid change. Let's see, anybody behind me? She drifted just a little bit. Alright, got a gallon of brake fluid. So far so good. Brakes need to be bled out a little bit. They're still just a little spongy, but they're working. You know, I can stop, so that's okay. I just wouldn't take it out anywhere past Vernonia. Oh, we gotta get some shocks. The brakes need the new hardware that I got for them. You can hear them, they're just rattling away. Somebody broke the preload springs when they put them in, or they were just cheap preload springs or something, I don't know. But this is driving pretty good. I gave her the beans on a couple of corners, and it hooks up pretty good for, you know, how crappy these tires are. I can get off the line without peeling out on one tire and losing all this traction, so it's pretty nice to have a limited slip in this pickup now. And it's got a big beefy axle, a little beefier than the 8.8, so if we put a 460 in this, we probably won't blow it up. Alright, back from the Harbor Freight, I got a bearing splitter. I also bought a seal and bearing driver kit while I was there. The only thing I forgot to get was a axle bearing puller kit. I'll get that next. I'll probably just order it. I couldn't find it over at Napa. Well, they had a kit that had all that stuff in there, and also did a few other things, but I'm not spending $90. I've already spent enough money this week, so I'll order something later. We might even be able to destroy that bearing in there and get it out one way or another, but we'll see. For right now, I want to get this bearing up this old pinion. I need to buy some spacers for this to make things a little easier. I might even upgrade this this guy here to a air-powered bottle jack. Let's see if this works. I got the bearing puller or bearing splitter tight, so Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, dude, that's working great. So now if we have to change shims on this when we set this up, we can do this very easily and without killing anything. There we go. So, doesn't look like there's any shims on that. Oh, there's a shim. So I'm gonna get my micrometer and check that. I don't know if this bearing's any different than, well actually I think this is gonna be different than the kit that I have. I have a Ford racing kit. It would be nice to know if they're the same, but this is a used bearing. I don't want to use this to try and make a setup bearing. Come. The end of this thing. Stop rolling. I actually fed him and sauced him the other night, just in case he hasn't been getting his flea treatment. Anyways, completely random. I got this axle as clean as I'm gonna get it, for now anyways. I'll do the nooks and crannies later, before we paint it. Right now we just wanna get clean, strip all the schmoo off. I already, you saw I knocked the braces and bearings out. Now we gotta deal with this side. I'm trying to come up with a way to do a thing without buying any more tools. There's gotta be a way. Gotta be a way. Ugh. Will this fit? This fits in there. And that catches on that bearing. Check this out. Hello, 85. Oh, man, I'm still get rid of those ugly mirrors. Oh, no more tow dolly. Again, bed trailer for sale. $400. Ooh, watch out for the landmines. Got a riding lawnmower. I gotta get back working again. That'll be on the other YouTube channel. Oh, I got 2 pieces of DLM. Gonna have to pony up and buy some more. Okay. We don't need no stinking puller. We got our own tools. Yeah, we'll just stick this in the end of the axle and knock that little bastard out. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not spending no more money on tools. I think I got everything I need. Let's try this, huh? Think it's gonna work? Let's see. You know what I could also do? We may not need that long of a piece. Got something here. Hang on. Gotta move you guys around. You're in my way. Oh! Will that work? Alright, we're doing something. Looks like we're getting somewhere. We're trashing the bearing, so we're doing something. Oh, she's trying to come. Tubes. She's moving. Oh. It's almost out. Yeah! Woo! Here she goes. Hey. Fuck off. We got some bearing races we're gonna put in. Let's see, is that our... Ah, yeah. So this big guy, it's gonna go right in here. That's where your pinion drops into. There were no shims behind it. So let's see, can we, it fits right in there. Let's see if we can give it a few tippy taps. Not going straight. Kind of has to go in straight. Yeah, once it bottoms out, she's good to go. Cool, we didn't mar it up. Nice. Just has some grease on it. And we'll flip her around. See how we look. We are flush. You want to make sure you're flush up against the housing. Okay, next for the other one. On this one, I want to get it kind of started. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We have a little bit more, a little bit easier right here. that. Yeah, we're good. And we'll rotate it around. And look, see, make sure we're flush. And we're flush. How about that? Nice. Okay. So this is our pinion shim. This is the factory one. We're about 2/1000ths of an inch there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the factory shims, even though we have a different carrier and a different set of gears. So I'm going to grab my pinion. And the bearing that goes on that end is this one right here. So you'll throw a shim on there just for demonstration purposes. Throw that shim right on there like that, and then your gear your bearing you'll press on. Okay, so in our Ford kit, I got a whole Ford Performance kit for this. I'm trying to use all Ford parts for this, just I don't know, quality control for lack of a better term. That's new nut and crush sleeve. I've got another one of those in my ring and pinion kit. Let's see what kind of shims we got here. I'm about ready to wrap up for the night. I'm kind of tired and I need to take a shower and stuff like that. Let's see. The rest of these feel thinner. Let's see what we got here. 2/1000ths. Yeah, this one's a 2/1000ths. So maybe we'll start off with the factory size, which will be this one, and we want to make sure that we don't have any burrs. Clean that off. Clean the gear off. So we're going to take that, drop that one on there, and then we're going to find out what we need to do to press this on. Okay, what do you think of those tubes? Took the old pinion bearing, cut the cage off using my bandsaw, knocked all the bearings off, and then we'll go like that. It's going to push just about ready to push on the thing there. Let's see, we could probably do this. Let's try that. That right there. And then this right here. It's working pretty good. Oh, that's all I need to do. Tippy tap. Good to go. That's better. Nice and smooth. So that's our pinion in there. And there was nothing else on the other one, no flinger or nothing. That's one thing you gotta be careful of. Forgetting your flingers.